Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Unveiled Lenses. I'm Dr. Sasha Mercedes and I have an amazing guest here for y'all today, and I can't wait until you guys get a chance to get to know this amazing person. So today I have my amazing guest here, Justin Kase.
Yeah.
And listen,
Huh.
you are the truth, man. Like, you have so much amazing things behind you that it's just crazy.
Man, I try to be amazing, you know?
Listen, that's all we know to do is just be ourselves and
Yeah.
just navigate through this crazy life, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at your bio, but I know you also because feel like we've built a friendship here.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was thinking back about all the things I noticed about your resilience that you may not even see. You have accomplished a lot of things that people normally would just kind of say, just forget it. I can't do it anymore.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I give up, right? So I noticed that you had done radio before. And I know you told me about this, but I just don't know exactly the ins and outs of how that went for you. So can you tell me what it was like for you being in the industry of doing radio?
It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
You know, wake up, go to production meeting in the morning, go home, take a nap, you know, come back, do like some live remotes on the street, live events, go home, chill. I take me a few shots of liquor, you know? And then I go back to the radio station and scream and talk some shit on the air for 5 hours.
And see, yeah,
And
I think
had a
that's
great
amazing.
time. Yeah, I was drunk the whole time on the radio.
Not drunk the whole time.
Yeah, we had to do like live events. Don't do this, y'all. This is bad. You do like live events, you know, and you passing the apartment on the way home. I stop at the apartment real quick and drink me a beer, jump back in the truck, keep pushing.
My goodness.
I had me a great time when I was on the radio.
Shoot, it sounds like a good time. But I'm sure it was a lot to kind of balance, right?
It was.
Okay.
It was.
Now, I saw that you worked at some point with Greg Street and Ryan Cameron.
Yeah, I was Greg Street's intern.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was a lot of fun.
Really?
That's where I got my heightness from. You know, like, hey, this is just the Case People Station, you know, because I was always around Greg Street.
Okay.
So, like, I developed, like, that crunk style. Like, I was always screaming in the microphone, and everybody, I tell them to get out of the cars, you know, and they start dancing and stuff, and police station calling the radio station, telling me to stop, telling them to get out the cars at the red lights.
So you was out there cutting up. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, I was cutting up for real. Yeah, I could send you some old footage. You'd be like, yo, Justin is a clown.
Oh, listen, I want to see that footage for real.
I'll send it to you when I get to the house. I'll send it to you now if you want.
So now you said in your bio that you had some connections with people like Zaytoven and Roland from Dope Radio.
Yeah, Digital Dope.
Okay, tell me about Digital Dope Radio.
It's funny because I come to Atlanta. I was working on Hot 98.1 in Greenville.
Okay.
I come to Atlanta, come hang out at Greg Street on the show. Met Zaytoven, his manager. I went back to South Carolina like, I don't know, 2 days later, got fired.
Really?
Came back to Atlanta, and I was talking to Roland, you know, Zaytoven manager, and I'm like, yo, I got fired. And he's like, well, Zaytoven wanted to put together a radio show. So we put together a radio show. Took it all the way to Hip Hop Nation on Sirius and everything.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, we was having and it just started off just like this, but you know, like in a radio studio.
That's crazy. You know what's funny? You know how people say that when one door closes, there's another one already opening for you?
Yeah.
I feel like that was a great example of that. You got fired just to turn around and find a bigger and better opportunity for you.
Yeah.
What did they fire you for, though?
I can't say it. I said some shit I shouldn't have on the air.
Oh.
FCC hated me.
Oh.
But see, I was good, though. I could ride a fine line, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A girl could call the radio station talking about she want to hear some Key Sweat.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell her why, because you want to get wet. You know what I'm saying? And then the radio station the next day, the FCC would call and say why he's talking about getting wet to a female on the radio show.
Oh, wow.
And I'd be like, didn't you look at the forecast? It's raining outside. You see what I'm saying? So I knew how to ride that line pretty good.
Yeah, but they didn't like. So they didn't like how you were moving and shaking and able to kind of, you know, sounds like to me you were just being metaphoric.
Yeah.
You know, but they didn't like that.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Sounds like
I
you.
had the owner of Cox Radio fly up from Jacksonville, Florida, just to tell me he worked with Howard Stern before, so I gotta go.
Oh,
I felt very highly. How the owner gonna call, fly all the way up to tell me I'm fired? Then he
that's
referred to
crazy.
me as Howard Stern. I took it as a compliment. I said, "Thank you. You just made me feel like I was a star."
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. So then you went from radio and now you're a celebrity photographer.
yeah.
Tell me about the challenges of that transition. Like what did you have to go through to get to this point?
I don't know. I was married at the time, and got depressed. So I was taking Adderall, and then the more Adderall I took, I felt happy, and then I had the energy I was lacking, and I finally went to rehab. And on the last day, I talked to Bill, my therapist. I said, "What I got to do to stay clean?" He's like, "Well, you got to find a hobby." And that's when I seen Zaytoven manager Roland was selling the cameras. I bought it from him. Every time I wanted to get high, I just went out and took pictures.
Okay.
Started shooting pictures of bugs and trains and cars and then people and then weddings. And then, I finally filed for divorce, come back to Atlanta, stay in my parents' house. And I talked to my friend from broadcasting school, Latasha Givens. She was on 11 Alive News.
Oh,
I'm like, yo, I'm depressed. I got to get out and do some entertainment. She's like, well, you could come out to this red carpet tonight. It was a movie film, Jeremy Meeks and Michael Blackson.
oh,
So I went out and took pictures and stuff like that. My pictures suck, but I mean, next thing I know, like 4 years later, I'm here.
I love that story. I mean,
Yeah,
everything that you talk about, you bring out the okay, this was a challenge, and it's like you lost something, but then
yeah,
at the same time you winning at the same, in the same breath. That's
yeah,
crazy. And a lot of people don't understand that in order to win, you have to go through failure. You have to go through a lot of L's. I just
yeah.
saw a post the other day. They
You
said
gotta
you
go through
can't
some L's,
spell
though.
millionaire without L's.
Yeah, I like that, though. It's the
Yes,
truth.
it's crazy.
It is.
So you say
You gotta take some L's and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're not, you ain't doing nothing right.
exactly. And then how do you know what you desire if you don't mess up a few times?
Yeah,
Because you don't know what you don't want either if you don't go through
yeah.
those things that's not desirable to you.
You right.
So you said divorce.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. What happened? Why did you end up having to get a divorce?
We just weren't getting along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. I don't like to get on shows and bash her and this and that because I have my issues too,
Oh yeah, definitely
Yeah.
not a bashing session, but sometimes it can be
Yeah.
communication. It could be
Yeah, all
going
kind of
separate
stuff.
ways.
Yeah, just separate ways.
Do you have children?
No.
Okay. Did you ever want any kids?
I mean, kind of, but I mean, life. I'm 43 now. I don't want to be 60 years old and have to take a kid to high school. Fuck that.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to be running, throwing footballs. and
Yeah,
things
like
that.
when I'm 60, 65, I want to be, living on the beach, wake up in the morning, grab me a shot of Hennessy and go for a stroll, Don't
Yeah.
want to have to be worried about taking nobody to no fucking doctor's office.
Exactly.
Listening to the principal, your son said fuck, okay? And,
Exactly. Exactly. I'm with you. I understand. I couldn't imagine
Yeah.
at this point saying, okay, I'm going to have another kid. Oh, heck no. No,
That's
it's
what I'm
crazy.
saying. Like, it's too late now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And it's not too late if that's what you desire, people. But, like, if you don't desire that and you have other things, you want to travel, you want to chill, that's cool, too.
You're right.
That is
You're
cool.
right, yeah.
Now, you said that your pictures used to suck. I heard you say that
They
you
did
took pictures
used
of
to suck.
bugs. Did you say bugs?
Yeah.
What did you take pictures of? Roaches or something?
Nah, just like spiders hanging up, or you said. Nah, just like, I don't know, because I didn't know what I said. How to take pictures.
You just had to take pictures of
I was just
everything.
taking picture whatever I could.
So, but
Didn't know what I was doing. I look at the picture afterwards and be like, yo, that was kind of dope. But how did I do that,
Yeah.
So I have to go back and try to figure it out.
So it's crazy though because you have done this now. You said 4 years.
Yeah.
And I saw where you've had some of your works in New York Post, New York Times, and People's Magazine. How does it feel to see your work in these type of features?
It's kind of crazy.
Really?
I literally could show up and take picture of President Biden, and then 5 minutes later, they'd be on New York Post.
Wow.
Before I even leave the arena.
Wow.
And I'm just looking at my phone like, yo, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
So what is your like favorite moment that you've had? Like who was like your favorite person you took a picture of?
They all my favorite because they could have picked somebody else.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, do you have a person that you're like, you want to go and be able, like, you've never taken a picture of them and you just like, hey, I can't wait until the day I'm able to actually be in the same room with this person?
I think it'd be cool to go on the road with Shabuzi.
Who is Spoozy?
Shabuzi?
Shabuzi. Who is that?
He does like rap, country, hip hop.
Okay, now I feel like I'm old.
Like him, it'd be fun to go on the road with like Post Malone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know who Post Malone is, but the other one you make me feel like an old lady because I'm like, who is that?
Oh, like we both getting old. You know what I'm saying?
Look, when I don't know a person, I go to my sons and I'm like, he said somebody named Shabuzi. Do you know who that is? And
yeah, he had that. What was that song? He had that. Everybody get tipsy. You know?
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name though.
Yeah.
I do like him. And I think I've heard some of his other songs as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's managed by Jared Cotter, so if you're watching this, man, I'm ready to go on tour.
Okay. Y'all heard that.
I just think it'd be fun, because you know what I mean? Like, everything I do is like hip-hop, R&B. It'd be fun to switch it up and do something different for
I think it'll be great for your brand.
Yeah.
You know, just be more wide open and be able to do whatever you want. Nothing's
untouchable. You already know I'm wide open. So you give me some of that cocaine, I'll be even more wide open.
Look, no, we're not going back to that. We ain't going back to that, okay? I'm glad you brought that up because people, it's so amazing for you to be able to laugh about it now. People don't know that you have had your battles, right? Mm-hmm. So you mentioned cocaine, you mentioned rehab. 2017, you went to rehab. How has that process been for you? Just going through it?
I mean, it's been pretty easy, but I wish I had some cocaine right now because I'm tired.
You tired? Is that what it does? Keep you awake?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, if I had some cocaine now, I'd be up in there like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll be up in here doing it for all my addicts, you know?
But listen, though, how are you able to, you know, when you're tired, because I know you're running around doing a lot of times, you know, and you say, yeah, I'm doing the photography is my thing, my replacement.
Yeah.
But if you're tired and that used to be your go-to thing, and now you're doing photography, but you're still tired, what else do you do to try to keep yourself pushing and stay motivated, not to go back?
Coffee, Red Bull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
I just got some pre-workout from the gym. I'm gonna start taking that, you know.
Try to keep yourself up.
Yeah. But I be trying to stay away from too much caffeine. It be making me paranoid as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't do that to me.
Yeah, if I drink too much caffeine, I be thinking the moon trying to take me over and shit. Like,
not the moon trying to take you over.
I mean, like that caffeine get me paranoid sometimes. So I be trying to, you know, just, I don't know, but I'm going to suck down caffeine today. I don't give a fuck what anybody say.
Yeah, listen, I love caffeine.
The moon could take me away today, you know what I'm saying? But I'm about to get lit off this caffeine.
Yeah, listen, I feel like you have to have it every morning, but, you know, that's just my whole situation, my fight. You know, I love it. It's my favorite
Some coffee sound good right now.
Look, we got to get you something after this.
I got that thing full of caffeine right there.
You talking about this Mountain Dew that,
yeah.
For the people that don't know, it's a Mountain Dew over here in the corner.
Yeah, it's waiting to go down too.
So tell me this. I'm sure there's a lot of people that look up to you that are seeing the things that you're doing. What would you do as far as people that want your mentorship? Like, what can they do to come and work with you? And also, what are some things that you can say to them to inspire them to keep pushing?
Just hit me up on a DM, you know. If I don't reply, because it go to my spam filter, you know, just tag me on one of your posts or something. Okay.
And, you know, some people say that whenever they try to reach out to people like you and things like that, you know, not just you specifically, you know, that, you know, they're afraid. They don't know what to say because they think that, oh, this person is huge, doing all these amazing things. Yeah. You know, do you think that they just keep pushing or keep posting? I mean, I'm sorry,
you got to keep pushing.
Okay, and keep.
I push people over the top where they've told me before, shut the fuck up, you got the job.
So you got
to stay in the face.
You know, I think that one thing people don't know about you is that you are very consistent.
Yeah.
So what y'all don't know about is how me and Justin started out So I had a radio show. And Justin is very free-willed. Okay, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
Everything.
She's talking about very free will.
If you ever get a chance, you can go and check it out. It was on Power 108.9. But you guys, and he's holding back today. I'm just letting y'all know. Justin's holding back. Justin is off the chain. And so I think you thought that you was a little too off the chain in the radio show. And you was like, I promise I'm not going to curse that much this time. And I'm like, no, be yourself. And so he was consistent and he would reach out. And, you know, when he saw that, I think he saw that I was doing a podcast or something. And he was like, yeah, I want to do it again with you.
Yeah.
And I just want you to know I enjoyed it. Have a great time. I enjoyed it with you. But, you know, I think that people need to see people like you.
Yeah.
Because they think you have to be polished a certain way or perfect, or no, it's okay to come and be who you are.
Yeah, fuck that. I like to wake up, curse, fuck that, fuck this. Nah, we're gonna get to the day and we're gonna make some shit happen.
Exactly.
You gotta be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be your authentic ass self.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that it's hard to be anything but yourself. If people would just really just stop and take a step back and really realize, like, am I doing me? Yeah. Or am I doing what I think people want me to be? Am I doing what I see?
I don't want to do what anybody wants me to be. Like, I did that for so long on the radio.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I'm doing me. You know what I mean? I might tell you this couch comfortable as a motherfucker too.
Don't you fall asleep. Okay? Don't you fall asleep.
I ain't no falling asleep over here.
Listen. But it is comfortable. That's why I got it, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie. And if you know, I got my leg kicked up because I could lay back and go sleep for real. But no, you guys will get all off track. Let me go back to this though.
But she was saying, like, what can people say to me? Just message me and be like, hey, yo, I want to come on, like, mentor or whatever, you know? Mm-hmm. That's all you got to do. And for all the people out there that don't know, if you want to talk to a celebrity, go to the story, click on their story, and send a message. Because it alerts people different.
Really?
I didn't tell you that, though.
I did not know that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's funny that you said that, because anytime that you mention somebody, if they just so happen to mention you back, it's like you automatically in that primary
That's what
folder.
I'm saying, yeah.
I didn't know.
I go click on that little bubble on the story and I send a whole damn paragraph.
No, you don't. Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't care.
But you're doing what you have to do. And I think that is what's important. A lot of people think that they don't have to do the work.
Yeah.
You got to do the work. You can't be lazy. You can't just be like, it's just going to come to me.
I get home.
Huh?
I'll be lazy when I get to the house,
Period.
You know?
Period. You can't just sit up thinking that stuff gonna come to you, though, right?
It don't come to you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put in a lot of work.
I agree. Tell me about, a time where you were made to feel like you were less than. Because in this field, this industry that you're in, because it sounds like you dealt with some people that didn't understand your character and your personality when it came to radio. Mm-hmm. They didn't understand you whenever you in your marriage.
Yeah.
And then, I think you mentioned that you were working with Greg Street. So, of course, you worked with them and then you had to transition into something else. So tell me what it was like when somebody just made you try to feel like you're not a big deal, because you are a big deal.
I just push harder.
Mm-hmm.
Push harder and just break through the door like I'm supposed to.
Okay.
Just let them know, like, hey, this me, and if you don't like it, you can move to the side. But either way, I'm coming stepping.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. And it's crazy because, some of us, we don't handle it like that.
Yeah.
We allow that self-doubt to kick in. And
the fall, the give up, or...
Yeah. And personally, I've experienced it. And, being a life coach, being a licensed therapist does not take me being a human out. And so as I'm sitting here talking to you and I'm just hearing all of these things, these challenges that you faced it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
It's crazy. But like I told you at first time, I'm doing this for all my addicts out there. I'm going to make them happy. You know what I'm saying? If I could do it, you could do it. It ain't hard.
So, one thing that Justin doesn't tell people, and I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this today, is
that I love cocaine.
Not cocaine, but listen, I'm pretty sure Richard's gonna pull what you just said out and use that as a snip for us to promote.
Oh, please do. Please do.
But
Please do.
Justin is in school, guys.
Yeah. I'm going back to finish my psychology degree.
Okay.
And I could be over here working next to my friend Sasha.
Absolutely. What made you decide to do this?
I don't know, because they always told me in rehab, like, you got to give back. You know what I mean? So I like talking to people. So I have a lot of people, celebrities, not celebrities, you know, hit me up talking about, hey, how'd you do it? I need some help, blah, 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 blah. So I figured, fuck it, why don't I go back and finish my degree?
Absolutely. What school are you at?
Georgia State.
Okay. All right. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I had to go somewhere, you know what I mean, different, you know?
And I think that one thing that you have that a lot of people in my field, because I'm in this field, they don't have, is they chose to be a psychologist or a therapist, life coach, whatever, with no experience.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the books. I'm not talking about the license. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about life experience.
Yeah.
And that's something that you and I both have that a lot of people in this field don't have.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is always, how can I go work with a person that is dealing with substance abuse when I don't know what it feels like?
Yeah.
How can I go deal with a person that is dealing with suicidal ideations when I don't know what it feels like? How can I tell a person that they're depressed and work through depression with them when I've never been depressed before?
Yeah.
Same thing with people that working with people that are married and things like that. If you've never been married or divorced and things like that, how can you really give lived experience?
True.
You know, and I think that's important when you're doing
I've been through all that. I never like got close to killing myself, but I had them thoughts like, that'd be kind of nice. You know, I ain't got to deal with this bullshit no more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So my favorite movie out there is Blow. You know what I'm saying? If I would have hung out with George Young back in the day, we'd have had so much fucking fun together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I keep bringing it back to cocaine for some reason. But, you know what I mean? But,
well, maybe that's what you need to focus on. What you talked to me about is that you want to be a substance abuse counselor.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with you finding a way to embrace the thing that maybe your habit, your negative habit, is a way to help other people. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think it's a negative habit. It's a positive habit. I just had to get rid of it.
Exactly.
Because it enhanced my life.
Okay.
You know, I couldn't do something. I take some, I get it done. So to me, a lot of people, you know, have a habit and they just bring them straight into the ground. Mine was more like a happy habit.
Okay. But you know, also,
I had to stop though.
But you know, also though, you made me just think, and I'm just going to say I appreciate you saying that you know that a lot of times bad things or the things that we consider bad things are the things that give us the breakthroughs that we need.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
It is crazy.
So the divorce and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
I know my ex-wife looking at my page right now mad as a motherfucker.
Really?
I know she mad as hell.
Do you know what she's doing now or?
No.
No? Okay.
No. Hopefully everything's good, you know. I keep pushing on, you know, and let her worry about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you know, not even just her. It's a lot of other people out there, I'm sure, looking at your page mad. Because I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that wish they could have treated you a different way.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure some people that I see on a regular basis, too, that be mad, you know?
I feel like you just threw a jab. An indirect jab at somebody. That's what I feel
Why you
like.
say that?
Yeah. So people like it's somebody right now looking at you that you know that is.
They just be like, this motherfucker did it again.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna keep doing it.
You right though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep busting down more doors. I don't care what nobody say.
You know,
I've heard it all. White boys won't be in hip hop radio. White boys won't do this. La 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 la. And everything they told me, I made it come true.
You know what?
I was a white boy running hip hop radio, and they hated it.
You know what? You just had a light bulb go off in my head when you said that because
they used to meet me at the radio station and be like, "What's your name?" I'd be like, "Justin Kase." They're like, "You white?"
Listen. But you know, the crazy thing is you don't think about how challenging it would be for you to come and be in a lane that is a highly populated African-American industry. And it's the same thing for a person that's in a African-American black person trying to probably go and I don't know, do something that's in the country, say it's the
Yeah.
country industry. And we only think about certain cultures and don't realize that white, black, no matter what, it still can be a challenge depending on what lane you're going in. That's what you just made me realize.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I think people need to stop thinking that only one culture or only one type of person is going through challenges, whether that could be discrimination, whether that can be racism,
Yeah.
whatever. It doesn't really matter. It can come anyway. It can come to any person.
Yeah.
So you just made me really think about that, and that's crazy. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so toned down today, shit.
You are toned down. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm toned down.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nah. You got the calm side of me today.
I probably needed that today.
Yeah, because you know me, I'll be coming in here picking up microphones and yelling at them. And
no, we don't need that today. And then listen, then the crew will be in here trying to listen now, calm down. Don't break our equipment. So what projects do you have coming up?
I ain't going to tell nobody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what about general?
I got a lot of good things on the way. You know? We still working on my nonprofit.
Okay.
The nonprofit, yeah, it's up and going. It's called Addicts with Voice, We love to get some money, get that going. We still need some funding for my documentary, Rehab to the Red Carpet. So if anybody got like $35,000, we definitely could use that, you know what I mean?
Have you thought about looking into some grants as well?
Yeah, I actually signed up for this thing, I forget what it's called, but it's nothing but grants.
Mm-hmm.
You pay for the service every year.
Okay.
And it's an app. I have to look at it when I'm done.
Okay. Well, I can definitely probably help you out with that. I knew what you were doing, but I didn't know the details. But the name you said is called Addicts with Voice?
Yeah, the nonprofit.
Okay. Tell me how you came up with that title, because I like that.
Because I'm an addict, and well, I should say there's a lot of addicts out there who have a voice that are unheard.
Yeah. And so you're not afraid to speak up. A lot of people let embarrassment, things like that hold them back. Just they don't want to speak up. And I think it's really, really monumental of you to want to be that person to stand up for the community.
Yeah.
In which you have gone through. You've the resilience. You made it through. You didn't give up. You winning. You're successful.
Yeah.
So I think that is really, really a great thing. So I would love also to have my nonprofit and your nonprofit connect and maybe do some projects together.
I got you on my website too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I
got you as a partner on my website.
Okay.
But we should team up and do something though, because you know what I mean? Like, we kind of two different entities, but we could come together and do something right.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And
the thing is, there are a lot of people out here that will give more support to people that partner up and do things versus trying to do it on your own.
I mean, but you're right though. But I mean, there's a lot of people out here that's like scared to like talk about it. Like, talking about what you went through is what gets you past it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to talk about, I'd suck 90 milligram of Adderall on my tongue at one time, and then I do, 3-4 bumps of cocaine, get high as fuck, and then drink Monster Energy drinks, and I'd be like this, my heart be like this, and I go sniff 3-4 Xanax, calm the fuck down. Like, you have to get out there and talk about the stuff you did, because if you don't, like, you never get over it.
I agree. And I just told somebody recently that I don't want to sit in front of a person that is not doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
I want to sit in front of a person that's going to be honest, that's going to tell me where they messed up.
Yeah.
Where life felt like hell, and then how they did it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see, I'm successful. I got this.
But how you get it?
Period.
Yeah.
How did you get it? How did you lose? How did you learn?
Right.
Where did you fail?
Right.
That's the truth in the matter.
That's the truth, though. But that's the things that people want to hear, and they don't hear a lot, because people want to, like you said, they want to skip over the L's and get to the wins.
Mm-hmm. Ain't no skipping, baby, because that's a short. Let me tell you something. Anytime you feel like you winning and it happens too quick, and you didn't have any failures, any challenges, any L's, it's short term.
Yeah.
There's longevity in going through the rough things. There's longevity in having to climb those mountains and jump over those steep hills, and
Yeah.
that's where the longevity comes in, because once you get to that peak and stuff comes up and it's a challenge, you now know how to deal with it.
Nah, you're right though.
Yep.
You're right. You're right.
So ain't no losing it because you know how to keep it now.
True.
But if you just somebody go give it to you, then guess what? You don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to maintain it because you hadn't gone through anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's another industry plant, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I love it. I love it. You listen, you about to do some amazing things.
Thank you.
For real. Now, do you have a location? Is your location primarily going to be focused on Atlanta? Are you going to be wanting to do
Atlanta?
Okay.
We got Atlanta, Florida, Jersey, and then back home in Vegas.
Okay.
So I'm working on Atlanta first.
Okay.
Then we could work on Jersey. Then we, you know, start. You got to start somewhere.
Okay. Do you have some other ambassadors in mind, like people that you want to, whether that's you know, influencers or anybody that you want to kind of be like the face?
I'm talking to a few big artists. I ain't gonna say no names, but yeah.
It's okay. You don't have to say any names. Look, you know, you got to move.
I mean, you could just watch the Grammys and stuff and listen to what they say, and you could figure it out on your own. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that the Grammy.
Yeah, because some of them I known for a long fucking time.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right.
So. Like I say one of them, I'd really like to work with Jelly Roll.
Okay.
I met Jelly Roll when he first got out of prison. He was rapping, met him with Lil White. I flew out from Vegas and I was living there. Picked up Roland Zaytoven manager. We still had Zaytoven radio going on. We drove up to Chattanooga and we went to the club with them the night before and woke up the next morning and we did an interview. And
you know what's crazy? I didn't know you was from Las Vegas until today.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
How in the world did you end up here?
My dad got accepted at Harvard University, and then after that, he got a job in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, coming from Las Vegas to Atlanta, in my brain, I'm like, why? You know, but Atlanta is doing some amazing things. I was talking to my
parents last night. We went out to the golf course and got dinner. I said, out of all the fucking places, why Atlanta?
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking as soon as you said it. I'm like, why would y'all come here? But it makes sense now. Yeah. I mean, most people will move definitely for a job.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say, every time somebody say the name Jelly Roll, I don't know why, but it make me want to like start dancing like Jelly Roll, like literally like a hula hoop or something. I don't know why his name make me want to do something real weird. It's like a really goofy name to me. But anyways.
Nah, I really know a story because, you know, I met him in 2011? Mm-hmm. I mean, we kind of lost touch for a little bit, but nah, it's like I'm trying to. I like to get him involved because he's got a powerful voice when it comes to addiction and sobriety.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Google him, research him.
I am. All right, guys. So, like I told you, just in case, amazing.
Thank you.
Definitely a person that you want to be connected with. Definitely the type of person you want to rub elbows with. But I also want you to let them know where your websites are, whatever they need to go and follow you, connect with you. I want you to share that with the audience now.
You could, I don't know if they can see it, but that's my IG, Justin Kase photo. You can hit me up on there. I got my merch shop. It's JustinKasemerch.com. My nonprofit website is addictswithvoice.org. So you could just hit me up, you know, let me know what's up. Make some money together. You could buy some of my merch. You could have an idea. You could put some money in my pocket. We could make something happen, you know. So, I mean, it's all kind of stuff. I want to say how nice you look today, though, Sasha.
Thank you.
No problem.
You. Look, I tried.
You don't have to try it. She went in the room and came out ready to go, you know.
But look, I appreciate it for real.
No problem.
Well, I just want you to know I really appreciate you coming, sharing your story with us.
I appreciate you letting me come.
Of course. And we're going to do this multiple times.
That sounds good to me.
Now, listen, guys. Again, follow Justin Kase. Yeah. Rub elbows. Support his cause. And
I support yours too.
Yes. And you heard that. Support yours too. This is a celebrity photographer. You don't hear people say, I'm going to support you back. And that is so, so monumental. But I just wanted to say thank you. And you guys definitely check him out. Thank you so much for tuning in to Unveiled Lenses.